Welcome back to Das Lab. Okay, folks, something a little different here today. It's a problem, and this is not a review of the Jam Man or anything like that. It's an issue that I'm having where this is a looper pedal. So what I can do is I can record something. Okay, now it keeps playing. The nice thing about this is I could store that, but the only way I can store it is by reaching down here, and I got to hit that store button twice. If I'm playing and performing and I wanted to do a loop and then I want to go up and do the next part, well, I'm kind of screwed. So if I leave this and I got my up down switch over here, there's no way of doing it. So I'm trying to think of some way that I can make a little button to double click, and now I can store that on there, okay, without actually having to bend over and do it. So I've got my main loop. Now I can stop that. Hands-free, back end, and it's going back up there. So what I'd like to be able to do is to activate that store button from up here without actually having to bend over to do it while I'm playing and while I'm performing. So I've got a couple ideas of, well, I could get in there and do it electronically and start fooling around with the electronics on there, but that's not really what I want to do. So I'm going to come up with some mod that can basically raise that up. As you can see, hopefully, it's, I can't touch it with my foot. My feet are not dexterous. I don't have the dexterity in my feet to reach in there and touch that. So I need to have a button that comes up here somehow that I can touch it, because I don't ever adjust these. So some sort of a knob or something glued on that I can actually activate that switch from a standing position. So we'll see what we come up with. So we're here, and the deal is to get something that would articulate on this, and I've got a plan, and it's going to involve the computer. Yeah, so what I'm thinking of doing is some sort of a device underneath here. These knobs come right off. Right off. And that basically goes underneath the two knobs, and then this is a raised part of it, some degree, that I can then put it underneath these two knobs and secure them on, however they go on, and then basically you can push down on the button. I don't think I'll be able to see the light, but I should be able to see what's going on up here. So that's the goal, is to have some sort of a loose fitting toggle on there that can do it. So I'm going to measure it out, get all my dimensions, everything that I need, and then try to cat it. So we'll see what happens after I get some things measured. Okay, so this is basically what I've come up with so far. I got a rough sketch in 2 dimensions, and then I'll pull it up into 3 dimensions. And this is basically what I ended up coming up with in Fusion 360. So I've got this, I couldn't figure out how to trim this off, so it's right there. It's the best I could do in the period of time that I have. So I did make it with a variable adjustments for the height. I don't know which one's going to work. And my son is going to bring that to school and get it printed out in a 3D printer. All right, it's a couple days later, and my son, who's a grade 10 student, they have a 3D printer in one of their labs, and the teacher took the file, and he wasn't happy with the way these came out, so he made it with some hollow passes in it, and this is a nice square one. And there is basically how it's supposed to go. And turns out I don't even think I need to trim this off, but I am going to have to go and open up those holes a little bit. The dimensions are fine as far as spacing goes, but I do need them to be a little bit more I don't know, maybe just taking off the rough edges. Pretty rough casting there, so anyways, we'll see. And then that is proud of the foot switch, but not too much, so I think I can get in there and be able to tap that with my foot, and hopefully there's enough play in there. I wanted actually something that was flexible. I may end up scoring that in the future, and I do have a few to work with, to scoring that to make a little bit of a hinge on it. I'm not sure, because I don't want to be popping those off, and we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to go clean those up, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back in the main part of the slab, and we're going to just try to clean up. I got to open up these holes a little bit. I don't know if I thought I left lots of room in the dimensions, but maybe it's just this is the first thing. The first thing I have ever had 3D printed, so I didn't know what kind of quality to expect. Okay, those are bigger holes, and I kind of thought I'd just take those right off. Still pretty rough around there, but we're looking for a bit better fit on there, but I need it to be even looser. So we'll go in from this way. I'd want it to kind of flop around there. Let's see. I don't know. Nope, that's not quite. Let's see. I'll still turn. Yeah, no, that's not. It's pushed down on it. I'm going to work on these ones a little bit, and I'll come back. So the problem is right now with these all the way down, and I'm using a different one. I got that one back. With these all the way down, as far as they can go, so they're on nice. It's pushing down on that. It's already hard. If I pull it up a bit, then so they got to wiggle around in there. So I got a couple options. I can make this thinner. So there is some profile on the boss there, and if I made that thinner, than that, then they should be able to flop around. So maybe I'm going to try doing that. I'm going to try filing that down. See what happens. Okay, so that's been filed down. And let's see. Nope. Nope, doesn't like it. Does not like it. Not very hard to push down on that switch. I mean, there is some resistance there, but... So I'm having a hard time getting it in here. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more filing. Okay, I just realized something. These will go down almost all the way to the base. So there's not enough room in there for me to... so I'm going to have to just make sure that when I put the knobs on, I just make sure I wiggle it off. I can still adjust my knobs as long as I don't push too hard in. And I should have my light work. I wonder if I'm going to still be able to see the light underneath there, because this is you got to push it twice, once to arm it to store and the other one to store it. So anyways, we'll see. Next stop, back up to the guitar room. Okay, I don't know if it's possible for me to have worse lighting, but here's the goal of what we're trying to do with this thing. Okay, so I got my little black thing there. You may not know this about me, but I don't have ankles that move, so I got to use my heels. But I think it would work well with people that have normal ankles too. So this is not about guitar playing. This is just about the functionality of this Jam Man. So let's say I want to do a riff like this. I'm going to try to go through a sequence and show you how I can store things and loop it without having to bend over and pick something up. So just trying this for the first time, so it might not go too smooth, but let's see what happens. Looping now, but it's not stored. So I'm going to stop it and take over. Now it's looped in there. I think it's stored. It's in there. So it does what I want to do. I'm not very good at it yet. It's like another instrument altogether. So it does work. In the end, what I ended up doing is wee tiny filing on this to make it pretty thin, and it's just sitting on there loose. There's no risk that these knobs are going to come off, even though they're not fully in the down position, and that's sitting on there loose enough that it still has the functionality there. So I've got my, whoop, what the hell did I do? Oh, I was trying to store something in there. Oh, there's my loop. Not bad. Always room for improvement, but that's it for this time on DAS Lab. We'll see you next time. Keep it real.